Can't believe people play with people intelligence the way they play with people intelligence and intellect. You know, the way they do today. You know, people are telling lies for a living. You know what I mean? They actually lying to y'all for a living. But
Prince called 50 a complete hypocrite, saying that if Big Meech is a snitch, then 50 is basically a cop. Ouch!
You know what's a sucker to me? A sucker is who pick who he be fighting.
Right.
Like you sit and you go, oh, I'm not going because this.
I won't fuck with him out.
Yeah, I think I can take him.
Right.
You want to fight the nigga you think you can beat.
And I called Jay Prince them out. I'm saying,
He didn't say nothing to whack. So when you come talking to me, I feel like you're very selective. This is exactly what I meant last week when I was talking about street is being selective.
Jay Prince is allegedly sending threats to 50 Cent over his comments about Big Meech and calling him a rat. But if there's one thing we know, it's that 50 Cent never stays quiet when someone takes a shot at him. This time, Jay Prince may have picked the wrong fight. Jay Prince has a long history of controversy, with his name tied to extortion rumors, shady dice games, and even speculation about his and his son's involvement in Takeoff's death. If 50 Cent decides to go all in, he has plenty of material to work with. And it looks like he's already firing back. 50 recently responded on Instagram, reminding everyone what happens when someone crosses him. He's one of the pettiest and most relentless figures in the industry, and he's not one to back down from a public feud. But is Jay Prince really defending Big Meech? How serious was his threat against 50? And is he making a major mistake by going after someone who thrives on conflict? This situation is getting messy, and if it escalates, things could take a very interesting turn.
I'm gonna answer a few of y'all questions, then I'm gonna have to go about my business. You can see I'm just relaxing, letting God's apple on my face in a sucker-free environment.
In case you were wondering, yes, 50 Cent is still keeping his foot on Big Meech's neck over those snitching allegations. He's not backing down, and now, he's got some extra voices joining in. Recently, Toronto rapper Top 5 took to social media to blast the former Kingpin for sliding into his DMs. In a video, Top 5 didn't hold back, calling Big Meech a rat and tagging 50, urging him to step in. He said, *50 Cent, come get this fake 60-year-old Kingpin out my DMs before I crash out. #BigScreech. Of course, 50 wasted no time jumping on the opportunity to troll Meech even further. He reshared Top 5's video and added his own caption, writing, *, he probably wanted to borrow some money from you, gangsta. LOL. *, while most of the industry is steering clear of the situation, not wanting to get dragged into 50's ongoing beef with Meech, Jay Prince decided to insert himself into the drama, completely unprovoked. Gossip blogs recently reported that Jay Prince had been throwing shade at 50 via Instagram stories, calling him out for allegedly using Big Meech's story for clout. It appears that Jay Prince couldn't resist jumping into the conversation, even though he wasn't involved from the start. Allegedly, he posted, and then quickly deleted, a message that read, * Big Meech was worth over $100 million before he went to prison. 50 used Meech's life to make money, gave him $5 million, and now thinks he created the BMF brand, but that's not all. According to some insiders, Jay Prince is also making sneaky moves behind the scenes. Allegedly, he's been threatening to send his people after 50 in an attempt to silence him. However, if there's one thing we know about 50 Cent, it's that he doesn't scare easily. In response to all the noise, 50 made it clear that no matter what they throw his way, he's built for this. He posted a clip from Training Day, the iconic King Kong ain't got nothing on me scene, sending a clear message that he's not intimidated. He captioned the post, * get the message, now, fans are clowning Jay Prince, saying he needs to stay in his lane before he ends up on 50's radar for real. Given Jay Prince's history and reputation, that's the last place he wants to be. For those unfamiliar, Jay Prince is the CEO and co-founder of Rap-A-Lot Records, one of Houston's most legendary rap labels. He likes to call himself the King of Houston and acts as if he runs the entire city. There's even an unspoken rule in the industry that whenever big-name rappers visit Houston, J. Prince steps in like an unofficial security detail, making sure they move safely. But now, by stepping into 50 Cent's beef with Big Meech, J. Prince may have made a major miscalculation. Because if 50 decides to turn his attention fully toward J. Prince, things could get very messy.
Maybe we need to change the word for the youngsters. The checking in part, is they seem to get hung up on that word checking in.
Yeah.
So if we could diversify that word and bring it up to a 2021 thing.
Right. What's the word, OG? What's the word?
Maybe we may want to tell them they need to get connected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the proper word, connected, properly connected, or whatnot.
Yeah, they get tripped up on the semantics.
Yeah, they get stuck. I mean, right there, you stuck. So then you stuck on stupid, right?
Yeah.
You're stuck on stupid, and you're not using your powers or access to powers that you have. You're looking at it as a negative versus a positive. We all know if you can tap into good people wherever you go.
Wherever. Yeah.
But I mean, it's a blessing, Rip.
Real talk.
Real talk. Who want to have access to power and not use it?
However, not everyone is buying into J. Prince's so-called Protection Act. The streets are buzzing with speculation that J. Prince and his son, Jazz Prince, might actually be running a full-on extortion operation. And if that wasn't shady enough, there have also been persistent rumors about the infamous dice games they host in Houston, where artists allegedly get lined up for an easy come-up. These whispers got even louder following Takeoff's tragic death. But Takeoff wasn't the first person to lose his life after attending one of Jazz Prince's high-stakes dice nights. Just a few months earlier, Chicago's Duke the Jeweler won big, reportedly walking away with $100,000. However, that victory turned deadly. He was allegedly ambushed, robbed, and gunned down before he could even reach his car.so. After Takeoff's passing, many fans turned their frustration toward Quavo, saying he should have known better than to be around J. Prince and the Mob Ties crew, especially after what had happened to Duke the Jeweler just 2 months prior. With all the shady whispers surrounding the Prince family, people believe Quavo should have kept his distance. As for the man accused of pulling the trigger that killed Takeoff, Patrick Xavier Clark, he has officially been indicted by a grand jury. However, nearly 3 years have passed, and his trial date has yet to be set. And this is where things get really suspicious. Literally a day after Patrick Xavier Clark was arrested, he somehow managed to post a $1 million bond and was placed on house arrest. But fast forward to November 2023, and the conditions of his release suddenly shifted. Out of nowhere, he was no longer required to stay on house arrest. He didn't even have to wear an ankle monitor. Instead, the only restriction he faced was a 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. curfew, and that's not even the wildest part. According to court documents, Clark has been strictly prohibited from contacting any witnesses, victims, or Takeoff's family. But here's where things get even more eyebrow-raising. The ban also includes J. Prince Jr., and on top of that, Clark is not allowed to communicate with J. Prince Sr. in any way. Naturally, fans are side-eyeing this whole situation. How does someone go from house arrest to basically moving freely with just a curfew? And why does it seem like this case keeps taking unexpected turns? The refusal to set a trial date only adds to the suspicions. Now, here's the latest plot twist. Patrick Xavier Clark is standing 10 toes down on his innocence. His lawyer, Letitia Quinones-Hollins, recently told Rolling Stone that her client did not fire the fatal shot that killed Takeoff. But she didn't stop there. She also took aim at investigators, calling out the so-called evidence they are using against Clark. According to her, the video footage and ballistics they are relying on simply don't add up. And when the trial finally takes place, she says she's ready to dismantle the entire case. There was someone else who started the shooting. It was not Patrick Clark, Quinones Hollins told Rolling Stone. Asterisk, he was in the same position that Takeoff was in. He was trying to get out of there alive as well. He didn't have anything to do with the argument that occurred. He just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time when people started firing weapons. Now, circling back to the rumors about Jay Prince allegedly setting up rappers at his dice games, this isn't a new accusation. Several industry figures have spoken about it before, including Whack 100, who previously accused Jay Prince's son of running a loaded dice game scam on rappers visiting Houston. With all of these allegations, suspicions, and unexplained circumstances surrounding the Prince family, it's no surprise that people are questioning just how much power they truly hold. And with 50 Cent now shining an even bigger spotlight on Jay Prince, things could start unraveling fast.
So I had a dude call me, right? And that Junior been having going on down there in Houston, bro. We got the media team in here. So it's an inside month. Now this month, he's the one that's tied to the dude that makes the loaded dice. Right? Check the play out. All entertainers, when you go to Houston, stay away from Jay Prince Jr. There's a whole play going on. Here go the play right here. The play is a loaded dice. Now I'm gonna talk about something. Let me see if y'all catch up with what I'm saying. The entertainer invites him in, act like he's covering for him, hanging out, everything is cool. Let's go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there. He introduces the dice game. He got 3 right, who rotate the dice. Now these dice is loaded. Tell me it's a Wolf, Big Caprice, and watch this, and Little Cam are the loaded dice rotators, right? He said what? There was a situation that occurred that a certain jeweler around and got past the dice on accident and was hitting on them for a couple hundred. They got irritated about that. I ain't gonna go too far into that story because, right, boom. The only way they could get their money back was however their money back. He said, but Lil Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice are the 3 designated to say I'm up, I got the next, and they pass the dice to each other, but they loaded, but they shooting against them up. Whoever's in town, the entertainer, right? They say Jay Prince Jr., he get 30% of whatever the take is.
Whack 100 warned artists to avoid Jazz Prince's dice games, calling them a straight-up scam. He even suggested that Quavo and Takeoff might have gotten caught up in some shady dealings, which could have ultimately sparked the tragic chain of events leading to Takeoff's untimely death.
Entertainers, beware of with Jay Prince Jr. when he talking about let's go shoot some dice, because the loaded dice crew of 3 Cam, Wolf, and Big Caprice. We know Lil Cam in there because I believe somehow, some way, he was caught up in the dice situation. Rest in peace, Takeoff. I don't know what's going on, but what I do know this: Jay Prince Jr. got a whole thing that when y'all come into town, hold on, bro. Didn't they say 5th Ward earlier that day shooting dice?
Yep, that's a fact. That word been out, Whack. That word been out. We been got that memo.
And then, so I've been getting hit all day, and it got to the point at the thing, Quavo like, that is the dice. If you're a motherfucking artist, entertainer, and you been down there to Houston with the hosting of Jay Prince Jr., and that it led you to a dice game, and you was getting hit for all your and you remember 3 by the name of Big Caprice Wolf or Lil Cam, y'all need to get on J Prince Jr. bumper because it was a lineup. Y'all need to holler at that because his people done told me inside. He said, what? We didn't want to give him the mother loaded dice.
Who goddamn Quavo was arguing with before he walked out?
I think the argument was about the dice.
And get this, Whack 100 didn't stop at the Prince family. He also dragged Lil Boosie into the drama, accusing him of being involved in the dice game setup that led to Duke the jeweler's tragic death.
That's the jeweler that got doing the Boosie dice game. Oh,
Yeah.
so he was shooting against Boosie and he got past the loaded dice. So, his name was Duke the jeweler. They said Boosie set him up. Now your story makes more sense. He died with all the jewelry on. Lil Cam was shooting that night when Takeoff died too. They're saying DJ Pat Bullet was a bullet that killed Takeoff. Also, Cam was the one shooting dice, so he had the loaded dice. Now, for Boosie, they must have switched the dice up. Either they was gonna have no. Boosie was supposed to have the loaded dice, and they must have switched it, gave it to the wrong.
When Jazz Prince was questioned about these allegations, he quickly shut them down, denying any connection to Duke the jeweler. He also insisted that his dice games had nothing to do with the deaths of Duke or Takeoff, dismissing all the speculation as baseless rumors.
Can y'all elaborate on dice game when it's tied to y'all?
I know people were associating me with the situation because I went to the Boosie pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to me. Truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I didn't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. And then the night of that game isn't the night that he got leaving Boosie concert the next night because somebody tried to rob him. So, you know, the internet play internet games. But this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I ain't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I ain't know he was from Chicago. I ain't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me, and it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do with a dice game.
The allegations about J Prince and his shady dealings don't stop there. His name has been tied to extortion rumors for years, but only recently has he been making major headlines for it. One prime example is what went down in July 2020, when NBA YoungBoy got robbed in Houston. Allegedly, J Prince's goons pulled up to YoungBoy's Airbnb, but they weren't just taking random items. They specifically snatched his icy chains and even the keys to his $350,000 Bentley. And instead of keeping things low-key, these guys actually posted a video on social media, openly showing themselves breaking in and posing with stolen goods, including a white Bentley, a white Rolls-Royce, and a white 2020 McLaren GT. But here's where things get even sketchier. The goons didn't just take NBA YoungBoy's belongings for fun. They reportedly demanded a $30,000 ransom for their return, making it seem like yet another extortion play. Adding to the suspicion, J Prince himself hopped on Instagram, publicly announcing that he had YoungBoy's chains and keys and even inviting him to come pick them up.
Another little screw out while we was gone, I got a call, you know what I mean, because the little homie YoungBoy, the place got broke into. He went in his place, disrespected different things, and I got a call about it. And the little homies that went into this place want to make that right because they understand that, you know what I mean, YoungBoy family is okay with me. And as you can see, homie, to make a long story short, I got your keys to your Rolls Royce, I got your keys to your McLaren, all that they took, and the homie, Shakur, what you got, homie?
You got your Rolls Royce umbrellas, you got your keys, you got a bunch of other shit, so get in contact with us, bro. Get your shit back.
All good, waiting on you.
But YoungBoy wasn't playing along. He saw through the act and felt J Prince was just trying to finesse him for more money. He clapped back, calling J Prince a shady figure who uses the checking in rule as a cover to shake down rappers when they visit Houston.
Hey, I'm friends.
on no new relationships. All that pussy, hey, I don't respect none of that shit, man. If you got something for me, man, they got plenty of niggas around me you could call. Man, nigga, it's plenty ways you can get in touch with me. Man, don't get on no internet and do nothing publicly. Don't do nothing dealing with no publicity, none of that pussy and shit. And I'm good on the keys, gangster. When you buy shit cash, two keys come with the car anyway. Mind your business, man.
But NBA YoungBoy isn't the only one fed up with J Prince's antics. Cameron and Ma also recently threw shade at Prince, calling him out for allegedly setting up YoungBoy and failing to protect his protege, Drake, from getting embarrassed by Kendrick Lamar.
You said it exactly like you 60. You 60. What are you talking about? What are you bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you line YoungBoy NBA up, why the f you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got YoungBoy NBA umbrellas and his keys to his car. YoungBoy NBA told y'all niggas. This is what he said. This is what YoungBoy NBA said. Wack 100 was the most disrespectful. Wild disrespect. I ain't even gonna repeat this shit. 100. Mad disrespect. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard this. Is the first time Drake got into some shit, and I ain't hear you say shit to Kendrick Lamar now. Why do you think that you can tell us what we can and cannot say, man? Control your...
Cameron and Ma's beef with J Prince started when Prince tried to strong-arm them into backing off their criticism of New Jersey boxer Shakur Stevenson, who just so happens to be managed by him. Cam and Maze weren't impressed with Stevenson's recent world title defense and made that crystal clear on their platform. But J Prince wasn't having it. He took to Instagram to issue a slick warning, telling them to fade all Stevenson's shots and take all bets. J Prince wrote, "Asterisk numbers don't lie, haters do. Let the haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters." As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year and the top 3 ratings since 2022. Then, he took it a step further, making it clear that criticism of Stevenson wouldn't go unanswered. Asterisk, and to all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager, and I handle all his business outside of the ring. In other words, Cam and Maze, I will fade all his shots and take all bets. But despite the threats, Cam and Maze weren't fazed. They continued calling out J Prince, clowning him for acting like a street dude at his big age.
I'm gonna tell you another thing. When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your lord. Like, the way you talk it, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little... It's like, for real, all that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know it doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. You would tell me, Mace, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a lord, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They'll say, yo, Mace, listen. Around here, we don't send us to do nothing for us. We don't pay to handle our problems. You gotta put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell them. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Nah, this is where the game got messed up, when young started sending old niggas out, and just cause this little ignorant got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. This is a problem, J Prince, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed.
Given J Prince's already sketchy reputation, fans are now clowning him for even thinking about stepping to 50 Cent and inserting himself into the Big Meech drama. People are saying J Prince has way too much suspicious activity attached to his name to be out here picking fights, especially with someone like 50, who has built his entire brand on exposing people, and if 50 decides to drag J Prince, it won't be pretty. Let's just say he'll have plenty of material to work with, from the dice game rumors to the alleged extortion tactics and everything in between. And knowing 50, he won't just expose J Prince, he'll make a whole movie out of it.so. What do you think? Is J Prince making a huge mistake by jumping into the Big Meech situation and allegedly threatening 50? Or does he actually have a point? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to check out our next video, you won't want to miss it.